Okay, welcome to the makerspace. It is currently in complete use, but it's quite, it's a little bit messy here today. But the kids are here working on a project for Shrek the Musical. They're making props. So, for example, you can't really see it because of the light. This is the egg beater. So they're making a large egg beater. So they've taken wires and things like that. These girls here are making, what are you guys making?
The ugly duckling.
A what?
This is like the frame for the ugly duckling costume.
It's the frame for the ugly duckling costume. Okay, awesome. So if you notice in the makerspace, we have two types of tables. We have these wooden tables, and to be honest, we love the wooden tables for woodwork, for cutting items, things like that. They're great to have. They're great for woodworking. Here we've got fabric. Okay, this fabric is for the pig costumes for Shrek the Musical. Yeah. This is Miss Rogers, our drama teacher. This is for Gary and Beth. Oh. They're showing a principal in Arcadia, the makerspace. What would you recommend? If somebody were making a makerspace, I mean, do you recommend them doing it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's been so beneficial for our students, for me. It's been a great find. It's been a wonderful experience for them.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So we have some storage areas. These things are super heavy and they hang down. And they, we put like big things up there, like cardboard, things like that. One piece that people absolutely love, and I know it's crazy, is this wall, this brick wall. For some reason, it adds this feature that people just, they kind of walk in and say, this is super, super cool. We don't really have enough space for storage, but we kind of, amble through. This cart has been awesome and it's on both sides, same thing on both sides, but this cart is for our robotics teacher, and so she's organized all of the different parts for her robotics class, and so it's kind of one of those things that when makerspace time comes, that this cart is kind of off limits. And then people like to just deliver me things, like I got this crazy loom that we haven't gotten started yet, but at some point in time, we'd love to. We're also working on the kids in their grade 6 are making an easel. So they've been working with a project, a library project, and they need an easel. So these kids have actually, there's a hinge there, they've used electric drills, they've been sawing, you can see, they've been screwing all of this stuff kind of together, and they're doing a great job actually. And then the other thing that he wanted were picture boxes. I'll walk you back to the picture boxes. I hope this isn't too, I know it looks it's a little bit crazy in here. There's the picture book box. So the last thing they have to do, they have to sand it and paint it, and they'll put wheels on it. The whiteboard behind, that smaller whiteboard, that's for the easel. But what we've done is we've connected with a teacher here who has been working with the library, and we said, okay, what do you need? And he wanted bags and books, or bags and pillows and an easel and these picture book boxes. So there's kind of been something for every kid to choose, and so we've been working through our exploratory. Now this is a little bit kind of messy right now, but what we do is, I like to just keep everything so you can see it. If you Google Reggio Emilio, it's like kids wanting to see what are the things that I can use. So we have zip ties and markers and crayons and scissors, and then these fun, like glittery stars, sequin things. Anything I can find. Styrofoam balls. We've got. This is totally awesome if you ever have a party or you do something, Coca-Cola, any type of bottle caps, because these become wheels. They become so much stuff. I have popsicle sticks. I've got glue sticks. I've got glue. I've got more popsicle sticks. These pom-poms, oh my goodness. These right here are probably one of our most popular items of all. Not a doubt. We have, and then just some random things. I mean, and this, kids have been kind of going through this right now, so we're still at a point where we need to kind of straighten up from an activity. But there's old pictures. That works really well. Kids can kind of cut them out. And then I've got like buckets of things. So I've got rocks and I've got marbles. And here in India we can get this stuff. So toothpicks, googly eyes, more shiny things. Then I go to like a hardware store and I'll get like hinges and things like that, plastic bags, straws, glitter paint, pretty much nails and pins and anything you can imagine, chalk. It's great. It is absolutely great. The other kind of table that we have are these tables here, and they actually, you can see that they fit together, but they're they're whiteboard tables, so you can draw on a whiteboard and kids can write out their plans, and kids like doing that for sure. They love that piece. These are all of our tools. So the tools are all, and everything is set out. Probably the most popular item are our glue guns. Oh my goodness, so many glue guns. Kids love to hot glue things. And then I thought, wow, this is gonna cost me $1 million to keep the kids gluing. And what I found was that 25 of these glue sticks is like $5 US. Like glue away. I mean, that's pretty awesome. The other thing I really love are these bins. They're large trash cans, so like those are cardboard rolls. We have like, if there's extra wood, there's newspaper, clean plastic bottles, basically like filler stuff. And then we have like, I can't even think of what that stuff is called. The bubble wrap, thank you. Bubble wrap. We also kind of have a sewing and knitting area. So we have a couple sewing machines. I've got yarn, I've got irons, I have an ironing board. And this is great because it's totally open. And so when kids look over, I've got beads. Of course, I have the pleasure of going into Old Delhi and getting just crazy beads. But the great thing is that kids can just look and see what it is that they can grab. Fabric, electronics, old MacBook Air boxes, and those are great to have for when you want people to get into a project. These are just like lining of, this was like, we got new speakers this year, so it's just stuff that kids can use. I had a kid that did this. It's awesome. Oh, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a thread thing. It says, yes, we can. Another feature that people really like about this space is the ceiling. So the ceiling is bare, and it's kind of like industrial. So we did this kind of industrial piece, and we added more storage up there. Gary might not have seen that part, where we can store things. You can see there's a toolbox up there, and the kids made the toolboxes, but then they're able to store their project up there, and sometimes that's where we find the hardest thing is kids make things, and we just don't really have the places to store it. But then you can see from here, from the makerspace over to the other area, that's kind of our digital lab, and we've got a green room, we've got lots of really exciting things over there. And everything is labeled. Of course, that doesn't necessarily help 100% of the time. These were just some letters that I bought at Target, but it really does kind of add a nice feature, the create, explore, and team. Let's see. Hey, you see as we move into the digital lab, we've got 27.5, 27-inch iMacs. We've got about 21 of them. So you can see it's just kind of a different space, but it's a little bit more with the white tables, so kids can use whiteboard markers and collaborate on it. But yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And then we have a green room. We've got a 3D printer.
We have the.
But maybe I can ask a couple kids. Let's see.
If you go from blue
Let's
to
see.
green,
Hey,
you have to
Devin.
switch your avatar.
Can you tell the
So
camera
let's
what you
say
think of the
here you are at
makerspace?
green.
Makerspace is an amazing place. You go there for quite a few classes like design and tech for the plays that we do here, and you can make all sorts of really cool stuff. Like in CYO last week, Create Your Own, we created 3D keychains and then dipped them in paint. That was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thanks, Devin. Anyway, so you can see there's lots of things going on. I'm telling you, it has transformed what teachers and kids are doing in their classes and really opened up the possibility for lots of things, not only within the class, but also after school activities, connecting it to service. It's been a really great experience, and I'm still learning. And of course, missing Beth and Gary Coyle is something fierce. But if you have those two on your side and you want some great ideas, let me tell you, they are the ones that can help you vision and can help you make a makerspace come to reality without a huge amount of cost. Best of luck. Feel free to email anytime. Okay, bye.